Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. We are going to be taking a deep dive look at Dr. Sophie Chandauka. Be right back. Welcome back, Tarot Maniacs. We are going to be looking at Dr. Sophie Chandauka. Specifically, this is a deep dive on her. We're going to look at some of the events surrounding the Sentebale crisis that's happening. I don't know if we call this a crisis or if we call it, what do you call it, Greg?
Huh?
The thing that's going on with Harry's, Prince Harry's charities, Sentebale. Is it a crisis? Is it?
I call it a debacle.
A debacle. So
anything that he's involved in is a debacle.
It's a debacle. So let's pull the cards up. But before I do that, I want to remind everybody on Friday, tomorrow, when you guys see this, or when you guys see this on Thursday, tomorrow, we are going to be having a super fun guided meditation cruise to Atlantis. So it is my first ever offering of a group meditation, guided meditation, hypnosis, where we are going to go to the lost city of Atlantis. So if you need a vacation, if you want to explore a past life, if you want to explore some time that you spent in the lost city of Atlantis, come on with us. Hit the link down below. It's going to be super, super fun. So I hope to see some of you there. Let's bring up the card view. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. And let's giddy up, kids. So first question. And I don't think, I mean, we know her stats. We know, her degrees, and she has an honorary doctorate. Who is Sophie Chandauka at her core? Who is she? Who is she? What is she like underneath it all? Let's see. Underneath it all, she is Page of Pentacles in reverse. That's very interesting. And the Seven of Cups. I don't think that she is fully cooked yet. What do I mean by that? I think that she is still evolving as a person, and I think she's trying to figure out where she winds up. She is an attorney. I don't know if she's considered a barrister because she is English, but she is an attorney. She went to school, and I think she is looking for her place in the world. So let's just take a little bit of a deeper dive. Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Wands in reverse, and Temperance. I do think that she wants to balance that fundraising, charitable, altruistic influence, but I think there's a little bit of politics in her too. I think she does like the politic. So, what was her true motivation behind refusing to issue a statement supporting Meghan Markle? So if you all remember, there was a polo match that was a Sentebale charity polo match, and there was some jostling about on the stage with Meghan. Harry refused to let go of the trophy, and Dr. Chandauka had to go underneath. Obviously, she didn't want him standing. Meghan did not want Dr. Chandauka standing next to Harry. Whether she wanted her to be in the center of the photo, I don't know. None of us know. But she was asked by Harry to make a statement about that to kind of clean up the look. And Sophie refused to do it because she said, we're not going to be an arm of the Sussex PR team. What was her true motivation on that? It's a bad look. Knight of Wands, we're not getting involved in this. This isn't our job. And we have to keep the Sentebale separate from all the Sussex endeavors. I think this is very clear. So here, it's going to be a bad look. It's not going to make any sense. I'm not getting involved here. And we're just going to stick with our charity. So there we go. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. I think that this was mainly in the main for the charity. How did she view Prince Harry and Meghan Markle before this situation began? So I think we're going to do two sides to this. How did she view Harry before the incident, before the polo match? How did she view Harry? 1, 2, 3. And how did she view Meghan? 1, 2, 3. Here we go with Harry. Page of Wands. I think that before this incident, she saw him as someone who could strengthen and support the organization. She did not think that he was someone who would leave the organization. This Four of Pentacles tells us that for sure. And here she did appreciate the donations that he gave himself. He was also putting his money where his mouth was and donating to the organization. Now, Meghan Markle, what did she think of her? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh dear. Oh dear. She could have given and taken her. Did not really think that she was contributing to the organization. Knight of Pentacles, she was costing more money. I think this is something we hear from the Invictus people too later on, but she was spending more money than she was making. It's a bad look for the organization. I think she did think that she was a bad contributor to the organization and did want to not have her involved, having less of that, having more Harry, less Meghan. So, whoop. And that was our sloppy shuffle of the day. Sloppy Joes and sloppy shuffles. So, interesting cards so far. So, what was Dr. Chandauka hoping to achieve by staying silent and refusing that statement? What was she hoping to achieve? We're going to do one card on this one. One card. Boom. King of Pentacles. She did want the focus to be on the organization. This wasn't going to be any, kind of thing. Like, she's not going to make money off it. Did she anticipate the backlash and resignations from the board and royal patrons? Did she anticipate that? Did she think that was going to happen? So 9 of Wands in reverse, Empress in reverse, the Star in reverse, King of Wands, 4 of Cups, Ace of Axes. So we've got all reversed and all upright. So did she anticipate that? I think she anticipated some rocky boat here. And I also think that she did anticipate some changes to the board. Now, for the patrons, the royal patrons, I do think that she was surprised that they left. I think she was understanding that they would be thinking and problem solving and coming up with new ideas and new board members. Some of the board members that were pushing back, we all remember that she was trying to move one of their offices out of London and into Africa. She wanted it in Africa. And I think that there was some pushback there. So did she anticipate some board members leaving? I say yes. Did she anticipate the princes leaving? I say no. I think she thought that they would stay with the organization. What role did any external influence play into her decision of reporting to the Charity Commission? Did any external role play a part in reporting to the Charity Commission? No. Charity Commission, did she do that on her own? Yes. She does not believe in what they're doing. And she's totally fine with exposing the situation there because it will make the organization better. I don't think she's going anywhere, guys. But I do think she is going to rename it or start a new one. Let me get some more questions here. What were the energies surrounding the Sentebale board before this mass resignation? Like when they were cooking this up, what were the energies around that Sentebale board? Was it universal? Was it unanimous? Two of Pentacles. We have two different organizations here. We need to look back and see what we're going to do. She is a mess. She is not going to help. Again, this is the version of the board. This is their perspective. Every story has two sides to it. We know that, sometimes several sides. Right, Greg? Three sides? I think there's more than three in some situations. Huh?
Depends how many people are involved.
Depends on how many people are involved. So the board said, well, we'll go two separate ways. This is a different look. She is taking the organization in a different direction. We'll stay with the princes. We'll go with them and we'll start anew, which I think is very foolish because it was an established organization. Here we have the Seven of Cups, lots of dirty choices. These are dirty choices. And down here, slamming your fist on the table, slamming the door on the way out, that was something that they all wanted to do. They all wanted to give a yell. So I don't know if she had anybody in there that was really keen. So I'm going to ask this question. Did Harry play a part where he's convincing the board to walk out, like a high school walkout, so that he can come back and save the day? Is he trying to be the savior? Did he engineer this walkout so he can come back and be the savior?
Did we quit when
Queen of Wands
was spawned by Germany?
Seven of Wands. I don't know if they can hear you. Hi, Beatrice. Ace of Wands, Four of Swords in the back. And, I'm going to take that back because I framed this question a little bit differently because I thought it was going to be that. And another creator had suggested that, I'm not sure who it was, but the savior kind of mindset. Let's take this apart, create lots of imbalance, incredible imbalance, with the highest ideals in place. We're going to take action. These are axes. Action. With the Four of Swords here. The Ace of Swords. We're going to go do our own thing. But here's the thing. They're not successful at it. They leave and the return is not successful. That is the outcome. So how does he see himself? The highwayman in reverse. I'm not the wrong guy here. How do others see him? Page of Axes, cutting it off. Hopes and fears. The fear is that it's going to be a total loss. An outcome card. He is going to be the emperor on his own. Now, these are conflicting cards here. We have the Six of Wands, which is success in reverse, but this is a failed endeavor. But then we have this emperor up here. So failed endeavor to come back and save Sentebale, possibly going off and doing another charity like this. So I'm curious. We'll ask this at the end. Who winds up with Sentebale? I think there's going to be some squabbles over the name. How do Harry and Meghan feel privately feel about Dr. Chandauka's decision? And that is to report the charity to the Charity Commission. How do they feel about her reporting to the Charity Commission? We've got Harry on the left. And Meghan on the right. And I'm using the Tarot of the Unknown. I got sick of the Cosmo deck. Sorry, guys. Harry, how does he feel about it? So he has a lot of things to say about it. She ruined his homage to his mother, and he's going to try and resurrect it. He's going to try and resurrect this. How does Meghan feel about her? Well, Meghan privately thinks that Sophie ruined the whole thing. It's going to come out in the wash, and she's going to do whatever she can to not let her resurrect Sentebale in her own vision. Was Dr. Chandauka trying to protect someone or something by staying silent about the statement about Meghan? Staying silent. I think she was just trying not to be frivolous, and not to buddy up. This Three of Cups is a tribe card. This is about buddying up. This is your gals, your girlfriends. I know Meghan's show is all about girlfriends. So while we're at it, how did Harry feel privately about Dr. Chandauka not issuing a statement about Meghan's really great? I think we know what the answer is. This is Harry, and this is Meghan. So this is trying to get her off the board. This is trying to get rid of her. I'm the prince. I'm the magical one here. I can do whatever I want. And she relegated my wife to this really bad reputation. So off with her head. Off with her head. How did Meghan feel about it? So this is interesting because I think she was like, oh, in retrospect, in hindsight, maybe you shouldn't have done anything. Like, I don't need her help. I don't need her to be kind. I don't need her to be kind to me. I'm just fine. But the reality is anti-whispers, which is our strength card in reverse. That's another off with your head kind of energy. So how has this scandal impacted Dr. Chandauka, her professional reputation, and her career path? So let's see how it's going to affect her professional reputation first. How are her colleagues and fellows going to see her? Ooh, yeah, they're going to see this. If she chooses to really go to the mat with this, I think it's going to affect her poorly. I think she'll have to be very careful because it's going to make her seem very combative. I think she does at some point need to go with God. You guys do whatever you're going to do. I'm just not going to be involved in this organization. I think she needs to do that. So how will this affect her career path? Oh, she's a get it done kind of girl. Get it done kind of girl. I think it is showing her as an extraordinarily powerful, insightful decision maker. Decisive is the word of the day with this card. And here, the Lorna is our death card, which is change, which is evolutionary change, unstoppable change, impassable change, that kind of thing. So with this, she's actually putting a stopper in death. Severus Snape. And over here, 0 regrets, 0 Fs. I like this girl. Her career path, that is actually going to make her seem very, very powerful professionally. She's not backing down. She was extremely elegant on the interview where she was explaining what had happened. Little sippy. Is she rising quietly or falling? It's professionally speaking. Oof. Whoa, those are good cards. So we've got the 3 of Swords, Ace of Wands in reverse, but she becomes the King of Axe, and then she gets the Greg and 10 of Cups. So I do think
Yes.
yes, this card says the Greg.
What? Yes.
It was one of the reasons I got that deck.
What?
Yes.
Jesus
Christ.
said Jesus Christ, yes.
So I do think that this is going to serve her well professionally, but after a period of a bit of chaos, a bit of trouble. So she may have to take like a little bit of a vacation after this and just kind of chill out for a bit. I think maybe, the summer, take a little time off. Take a little time off. What kind of spiritual lesson or karmic pattern is Dr. Chandauka moving through during this time? What is this? Is it her lesson, or is this Meghan's lesson? Did Meghan encounter her Goliath? Did she run into her Goliath that she needed to? Was this her Moby Dick? A wide whale. Spiritual lesson, Dr. Chandauka or Meghan? I think it's more Meghan's. I think it's more Meghan's because this is an opportunity for her to see the way that she is manipulating the situation, triangulating certain players, and trying to reframe a story that makes her the victim. Unfortunately, not the hero. She never wants to be the hero. She wants to be the victim. So, there it is. Meghan needs her imagination. She's got to cut that out. And it's going to lead to a path of less than fun stuff. But sometimes when we got to dig deep spiritually, we got to do that. So, all right, kids. Let's do some oracle cards here. Oracle. So this is going to be her long-time legacy as a result of this. Long-time legacy. Ooh. Mimicry and mockery. Not a good one. Not a good one. She's going to get mocked. So let's do a little past, present, future. Past, present, future. Not a bad past, present, future. I do think she's going to have to deal with some of this. And this is the Sussex squad. So she has lost her Twitter. She did shut her Twitter down because she was being attacked ruthlessly on there. So this says past, present, future. She's going to come through this just fine. She is going to be fine. What does the public, this is our last question. What does the public not yet know about this situation? Wheel of Fortune. 3 of Cups. Oh. So I do think that there's a little bit of this that has come out. I don't think this is a Bolshoi secret. Speaking Russian again. So, by the way, that phone call that I had before, that the word that you heard at that, that word, that one came out. I had to tell your story. There's a very bad Russian word that you never call someone is a bad one. Sumka is bag. It sounds a lot like the word sumka. If any of you know Russian, you know what word I'm talking about. So Wheel of Fortune. This is what we don't know, what the public does not know about this situation yet. The finances, I think, were already in trouble when she got there. And I think that there's some discussion about that because they did want to change the focus of where the financing was coming from, the fundraising was coming from. I think here we are going to see Wheel of Fortune. Everybody was fat and happy, having a great time here until we were done. And then we'd have to kind of start from scratch again and try and make that money work for them. Here, we're going to find out that there was a lot of money spent in the wrong direction. So this is something that we all suspect, but I think we're going to see it more. I think they're going to really see we saw in the Meghan spread earlier that she was spending more money than she was bringing in. She wasn't worth the investment that they had to put into her. So that I think is all I have to say about that. So let's giddy up, kids. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I may have something very special coming up about this particular situation in the near future. I've got a lot of stuff to do to prepare for my trip next week. I've got a lot of content to make for you guys for next week while I am off driving halfway across the country. It's a third of the way, right? I'm going to drive a third of the way across this great land that we have here. So I will be with my friend Lisa. We're going to be making Thelma and Louise stories the whole way there. And I'm going to see if I can get her to do a little live streaming of me while I'm driving through the beautiful countryside
Pennsylvania.
of the United States of America.
It's mostly Pennsylvania.
It's mostly Pennsylvania. I actually have to go to Kentucky too.
Kentucky? We have to go to Kentucky?
One of the competitions is in Kentucky.
What?
Yeah, it was a shocker. Didn't know that. Didn't know I had to go to Kentucky.
Can we go to Kentucky?
We didn't.
No, can we?
Do you want it?
It's like another country.
It is.
With a bourbon there.
Kentuckistan. All right, kids. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching my video. Let me know if you have some questions. If there are some questions that I missed about Dr. Sophie Chandauka that you would like to know, you can text them down below. Text them. You can put them down below. But also, if any of you are interested in the Atlantis little vacation we're going to be taking this Friday, I would love to see more of you there. I have 12 spaces that are available, so hopefully it will fill all the way up and we'll have a really fun conversation at the end of it. That's the intention. We're going to do our little guided meditation exploration, and then we're going to talk about some of the things that we see, and we'll talk about maybe about what we're going to do the next time. I think maybe once a month I will be doing these little explorations for you guys. So we'll go visit ancient Rome, we'll go visit Lemuria, we'll go visit the bottom of the ocean, whatever you guys want to do. So going to be a new feature that I do. So
don't go visiting that place in Ohio that I told you about.
I'm not going to go visit that place. Yeah, that was a remote view. So this is past life stuff.
Okay.
So
Sure
actually it's like combo, like past life.
I'm sure it's been there a while.
Yeah. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you in the future.